Hello and welcome to our Inside Sheets, video number 2 in this bulk recording session. Wolf Brother. Eh, eh, eh. Was it an entertaining story? Yeah. Was it worth it? I mean, sure, if it ended at book 1, but it's a series. And unless the rest of the books get a lot better, I don't think it's worth it. I remember listening to the book and I was entertained. I was like, oh, cool, cool, cool. And then I remembered it was a series and I'm like, oh, it's a freaking series. No, don't get me wrong. I love wolves. I really do. They're pretty animals. They're intelligent. They're cool. I like them. But you know what? This is not worth it. This is not worth reading into more about wolves. I mean, I know a lot about the animals. Great. I don't know everything. Not gonna even pretend I do. But this. Okay, so Wolf Brother follows this kid who lives with his father out in the woods. And they're talking, having a good time. Then a big ass bear comes in and slashes the shit out of his dad. Kills him. Dad's dead, ain't coming back. Boy runs. He manages to talk to his father for just a moment. His father told him about a legend and how he had to go and make a promise and take him this way or that way or whatever. And he had to go and fill out. He had to go to this mountain and survive there. And he's like, I don't even know the way to the mountain. And he's like, relax. Your guide will know when to come in and show you. Oh, and this bear is possessed by a demon. He's super powerful, and the more kills he makes, the bigger and stronger and more dangerous he gets. Also, the more violent he gets. So, you know. Boy meets Wolf Pup. Wolf Pup is kind of soft, kind of weak, moving around. And he's growing, but he's a small dude. Boy gets kidnapped about twice because he's a shit hunter. His dad gave him a piece of advice: always look behind you. He doesn't, like, ever, until the end of the book, I think. And he just keeps getting into situations that just don't make sense because it's like, okay, I understand how you're still a kid, but it's like, had you paid attention behind you every once in a while, you would have noticed you were being followed. You wouldn't have gotten kidnapped. You wouldn't have gone through all these problems. Oh, an ant somehow made its way onto me. Interesting. Haven't even been outside in a while. Anyway, Wolf Pup gets thrown in a sack. Boy gets into a fight. Boy goes on adventure with the guy he got into a fight with sister. They grow attached. It's like a poor rendition of the hero's journey. And if you haven't looked that up, I highly suggest you do. It's an interesting concept. We all go through it if you so choose. If you get stuck in the early phases, then good luck. But it's like, man, this book is just, it's not that good. It is interesting in the moment. You are listening to this story about a boy who needs to go and find these, like, ancient pieces of the earth that have, like, soul and life in them. And literally soul, mind you. Soul of the earth type thing. And it's this great and wonderful concept where it's a great adventure. The thing that I have problems with this, though, it's a grand adventure that happens in the course of a few days. Like, apparently it's this very small area, and so, like, half a day's journey in any given direction will get you into, like, a new biome. And it's like, this isn't Ark Survival Evolved. Isn't this supposed to be mimicking the real world? Like, you're not trapped on an island that has all these different biomes. That's just not how it works. or if it works, is it works in very small areas. But then you have the north not too far. Like what the hell? Like they go through this huge journey in days for no reason. Not a single goddamn reason does it like. Should it be taking place in days? And that's the thing. I think had it spanned maybe a couple of weeks, yeah, and yeah, you're under a time crunch and it makes the suspense and all that. But 3 4 days is like, boo hoo, man. You like, realistically, everyone should have died. The bear should have gone way too powerful. Should have killed everyone. Everyone should have just died. But why did they survive? Because what's his name? Or her name? Her name, Michelle Paver, decided that the whole thing needed to take place in days. And I think I've done it before. I think I've done things with like an unrealistic timeline, but shit, man, it just doesn't make sense. I would rate this a 3.5 stars at most. Is it worth the read? Yes. Is it worth the read on its own? But it's a series, and if this was a pilot episode to a movie or a show, I might be interested because it's not going to take me hours upon hours. I think I'm a slow reader. Some people have told me I'm a fast reader. I don't know, but if it was a show, it would be worth it because it would be like a 6 7 episode show total, depending on how many books there are and what goes on. But this book can span 2 episodes, 40 minutes total. Meh. If it was a 7, or if it was a show, this is a pilot episode for a show. Good. It's a book though, and it's the beginning of a series, and it's just not that interesting. And I'm sorry, Michelle Paver, if you ever manage to see this, and I don't think you will, but if you ever manage to see this, sorry. I've heard this series was popular when I was a lot younger, too young to read. Well, I might have aged myself. But yeah, I don't see the value in it. Boy's dad dies. Boy finds wolf pup. Boy gets kidnapped because he doesn't follow dad's advice. Boy meets girl. Girl and boy get a little attached. They're not even like there's no like even real romance between the two of them. It's just like attachment, and it happens really fast over the course of a couple of days. Granted, shared trauma, but still. And then boy, girl, and wolf pup go on adventure. Wolf pup shows like real sentience and cunning. Boy worries. Boy nearly dies several times. Girl nearly dies like once because she's far more competent than he is. 3 stars. 3.5 stars most. Yeah. The places they go to are cool and interesting. If you like adventure books, this might be for you, and it might be it's a kid's book. I get it. It's a kid's book. Am I reviewing it for kids? No, kids are poor. All kids are poor. If they're not poor, then they're weird. They're in the very small minority. All kids are poor. Parents buy books for kids. So this book, read it to your kid. I think it might be worth it. I think it might be worth the story and time to bond with your child, reading them before bedtime. If you want to support me, I do have a few books that I've written. I'm not the best author in the world, but hey, I've written and I've posted them to my website. You can find that in the link below. That link will take you to Amazon. That will take you to my website, and then any subsequent link will take you to Amazon. And you can get them from there. And beneath that, there will be book reviews that I have written that aren't necessarily here on YouTube. So go and check them out. I hope you enjoy them. All right. Thank you, and I'll see you next time with a better book. Kind of. See you next time.